YouTubers. I am Exjw, also known as former number 2 and free. Just using pseudonyms now, as I'm not fully out, but I am still in technically, I guess, at this point. Today is the October 6th, 2018. I haven't been going to meetings at all. I am leaving. I'm getting my family out too. Just my immediate family. I mean, by that I mean my wife and kids. My last meeting was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I went to my in-laws' Kingdom Hall because they invited us for dinner that day. And I got kind of ambushed by my father-in-law asking me if everything was okay, and I kind of brushed him off. He didn't really believe me, because the next day he messaged my wife, and my wife basically spilled the beans to him. And that was the last time I talked to him or anybody on my wife's side of the family. Now, my wife, she's not believed for a long time. I call this my second awakening, because I woke up before in about 2013, but I wasn't ever fully committed to leaving. And I don't know what it was exactly. I started piquing my curiosity again. Just stuff wasn't seeming right, and I started going on YouTube. And then I heard of the Australian Royal Commission. And of course, I know for many of the former members out there, once they hear about that, they are blown away. And especially what got me the most wasn't so much all the cover up of the child sexual abuse crimes. Now, mind you, that's disgusting and abhorrent, and I don't agree with that at all. My wife is a survivor of it, and I have enough to deal with on that with her as it is. But the thing for me was when governing body member Jeffrey Jackson took the podium under oath and lied about disfellowshipping and shunning and disassociation. And that just, to me, that was really eye-opening event. I guess you could say that was my personal Armageddon, because I just couldn't believe that a governing body member would just blatantly lie like that. And I lost all faith in it. And then I really started going in deeper. I started watching more videos, and I started getting deeper into it. And I watched a lot of these YouTube videos, and interestingly enough, we're always told the apostates are liars, and they're only looking to mislead you, and this and that. So in my own JW brain, I guess you could say, I looked up the scriptures they would cite. I looked up the Watchtower or Awake articles or whatever publications that they would quote. And I started looking at them like, seriously? You are telling the truth. And it's right from their own mouths, and I just couldn't believe it. I started planning my escape then. I was like, okay, I'm done now. I got to get out of this. And then the next step for me was coming out to my wife. And that was easier than I thought it would be. Because, and I say it that way because she hasn't believed for a very, very long time. She told me recently, since she was about 12 years old. She's only been in it because A, her parents, and then B, she met me when she was 18, so we got married, and so I stayed in it, and she stayed in it with me. So I felt bad. I really felt bad at this point, because I know she's been wanting to leave for a long time. And for any of you watching this right now and wondering why I'm driving and doing it, it's because it's my time I can make a video without any distractions. I've got the phone in a vent clip. I'm not holding it, so I can keep my eyes on the road while I talk. So, anyways, I came out to her and she asked me, she goes, "Do you want to be a witness anymore?" And I said, "No, I don't." And I started going into the reasons why, and she started going into her reasons why, and we kind of come to an agreement on things with each other. A couple of the biggest things, and it's not, for me it was the Australia Royal Commission, with Jeffrey Jackson lying on the stand. With her, one of the biggest things for her was child baptism. And I agree with her. We got 3 kids. I got one that is at the age right now where they say they should be getting baptized. And I look at that, I'm like, heck no, my kid is not ready to be baptized yet. Nor should they be making any kind of lifelong dedication at the age they're at. They are not an adult. They cannot vote, they cannot pay taxes, they cannot work, they can't do anything in a legal sense, and yet this organization wants them to commit their lives to them when they're not even old enough to make legal decisions. And I know when I was that age, I thought I was old enough, and I look back at it now, and I'm like, I'm a totally different person than I was back then. Totally different. So I know what my kids are going through. I know what they're thinking, and I know I can keep them from being duped like I was duped. And so the organization's encouraging 8, 9, 10-year-olds. The 2017 yearbook has a little blip in it about an 8-year-old getting baptized. I'm sorry, how different is it for an 8-year-old to get baptized than it is for a baby to get baptized at, say, a Catholic or other religion? It's no different, really, because they don't know what they're doing, period. So then the other big thing is the overlapping generations. And I was having a discussion with my dad the other day, and I was laughing because he was saying that our family history goes back quite a ways, back to the 1800s in the Americas here. And I jokingly teased with him. I go, so I guess I'm still part of my great grandfather's generation, because if it's overlapping, then I'm still part of the same generation, because through his father and that father and so forth and so on, I'm part of that generation still. So I kind of laughed about that, because that's about what the explanation was like through the society. It makes no sense. And so it's just ridiculous. And I've watched that video from David Splain on the broadcasting quite a few times now, with his little chart of the overlapping generations. It's just ridiculous, because you read that scripture at Mark 13:30, it uses the word generation in the singular form, not generations. Jesus said, "This generation will by no means pass away," not this generations or these generations, if you want to use proper English. But you understand where I'm getting at here. So, and then it just started getting going from there. And then I was at the convention this year, the 2018 convention, and I got this overwhelming sense of fear mongering like I had never gotten before from a convention. And I'm just like, wow, you're all trying to scare the crap out of me just to keep me in this organization. I said, and really at that point it's, no, I'm not going to stick around and be scared to death to go anywhere and abide by your rules because you want to use these tactics on me. And, you know, that's the whole thing they use. They use FOG method, fear, obligation, guilt. And they really get you at that. And I'm not going to fall for that no more. I'm sorry. And so, yeah, I'm leaving. I'd like to do a little bit of activism. I haven't had any judicial action taken on me yet. And I'm not sure if I'm going to attend a judicial hearing or not if that comes up. I still haven't decided. In one way I want to. I know it sounds kind of odd, right? In one way I want to attend it. And here's why though. Because I'm thinking of it being my closure of the organization. And then in another way, I just want to up and leave and forget it all. So we'll see. Another thing I'm doing is I'm moving. I'm going to get away from my in-laws over here because they're all indoctrinated witnesses. And then the other great news is Leah Remini and her series on Scientology and the aftermath is doing a special on Jehovah's Witnesses. And I watched her series, her other episodes with Scientology and the aftermath, and they were awesome. And I'm just sitting there thinking, Jehovah's Witnesses, check off Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, it was just crazy, you know. And I like the way Lloyd Evans puts it. He's like, it's all the same car but different engines driving it. So all these cults are the same MO. They just have their own little different methodologies of doing it, but they still fall under the same methods, but they call it different things, in other words. So it's like, I know witnesses call it disassociation, whereas other organizations call it like excommunication. That's just one example. So anyways, this is my first video. Yeah, I'm not doing my face yet. Like I said, I'm not totally out. Once I am totally out in a way, I'll start showing my face. But I wanted to get a first video up there. This is just the first part of coming out. And hopefully I'm going to be able to do more as time goes on. Because I really want to help others too. And now that I finally can see through all the crap that this organization puts you through, you know, I want to do something to help people because it's just outright, it's just wrong. And you can't put it any other way. It's wrong. So anyways, thank you for listening to my little rant. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. And I wish you all the best. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. All right. Peace out, y'all. Bye.